YouTubers, gamers, and moviegoers, what's going on, guys? I'm the Messiah, this is Messiah Entertainment, and today we are reviewing Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindlewald. Guys, this is the sequel to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This movie takes out not too long after the previous film, and we have New Scamander under the orders of Albus Dumbledore, played by Jude Law in this movie, going after the Dark Lord Grindelwald. Now, starting off with things that I did like, I just like the fact that this movie is such an expansion to the Wizarding world. You know, there's so many different places, you know, New York already seen in the previous film, but now we're going to Paris this time, which has its own, you know, Wizarding world dynamic. It's nice to see how expansive the Wizarding world really is. In the Harry Potter films, you only really saw London and how that was, you know, affected by the Wizarding world. Now it feels like there's all these different Wizarding governments. There's the American Ministry of Magic, there's the French Ministry of Magic, there's the British Ministry of Magic, of course. There's all these different types of wizards, and the world just feels that much more expansive because of it, and I like that. And the fact that these are prequels and we get to see what the world was like decades and decades before at the time of Harry Potter. That was what was fun about the first movie. I also like the performances. I think that Johnny Depp as Grindelwald, he does a great job as the villain. Another one that stood out to me was Jude Law as young Albus Dumbledore. If I had to think of what Dumbledore was probably like as a younger person, as a young man, I think it would probably be something like this. He's mentor sort of personality about him, but he's still, you know, a younger person, not as trained or not as, you know, savvy as he is in the later films. So it's interesting to see him in this sort of position. There's also some pretty neat moments of, you know, some callbacks to certain characters from the original Harry Potter series, a few name drops that, you know, are sure to get, you know, the die-hard fans a little giddy in their seats. However, I think where it started to lose me was the fact that there were just so many different characters and little mini storylines to follow throughout this entire movie. I dare say, even at sometimes, our main four characters from the first film take a bit of a back seat. There's so many different things going on that, you know, Harry Potter fans can most definitely get attached to, but for just one film where it's supposed to be one singular narrative, it's just a lot to take in. There's the storyline of Credence and Nagini, and you know, Nagini's a thing, and we have to explore that. And then there's the whole thing with Dumbledore at Hogwarts, and he has his own thing with Grindelwald. Then we have to jump into Grindelwald. Then we have to explore, you know, the main characters, of course. But then there's the other thing with this character played by Zoe Kravitz, and she has her own thing. And then, you know, Newt has this thing with his older brother, who, you know, they have a little weird dynamic between each other. And then he's trying to go back after Tina, the girl from the first one that he fell in love with. I don't want to get too deep into spoilers, but there's just so many different things going on that it's hard to kind of stay track on what we're supposed to be following. We don't really get too attached to Newt because there's so many different things going on. Also, I think one of the things that kind of hurt this film for me is that when you think back to the original Harry Potter films, each one was its own specific singular movie, and while it was part of the whole arc of the Harry Potter series, you could get into each individual film as just a film. Each one had its own particular event or, you know, problem to solve for that one movie. It had a beginning, had the conflict worsen, and then it resolved at the end of the film. In the first film, it was Harry discovering this whole new Wizarding world, and then Voldemort was, you know, here and there coming back, but, you know, Quill ended up being the bad guy. Chamber of Secrets, you have to figure out what's going on with Tom Riddle and the snake and everything, and once you figure out that, then the movie was over. With Prisoner of Azkaban, that's the Sirius Black movie where you had to figure out what the hell's going on with Sirius Black, what's the truth behind that whole situation. Goblet of Fire, we have to figure out, you know, how did Harry get into the Goblet of Fire, what's going on with that. Once the Goblet of Fire storyline is over, that movie's over. There's stuff where Voldemort is coming in a little bit, but it doesn't overshadow what's going on at hand in the rest of the film. There's still that main storyline for that one movie. With this one, I'm not exactly sure what that is. It seems like the movie's left on such a big cliffhanger that it's less of an individual movie and more of just another piece of the puzzle, which kind of leaves, for me, the ending to feel a bit unsatisfying. Don't get me wrong, there are some interesting things that got brought up at the end of this film that makes me go, I wonder how they're gonna handle that. I wonder what's going on in that situation. Whereas the first Fantastic Beasts seemed like it was just trying to start off a new saga with a few new characters. It seemed a lot more focused on those characters. This movie seemed more focused on building up the lore behind the Wizarding world. That's why we're taking all this time to talk about all these other characters from this place and that place, which isn't necessarily a problem because, like I said in the beginning, I like those moments. Some of those moments were some of the best ones in the film. I just think that it should have played more of a role in the present day storyline and what was going on, you know, as the main conflict of this movie could have been maybe woven in a little bit better. While I was a tad bit disappointed by some of the things in the movie, I don't think it's nearly as bad as people are trying to make it out to be. It's still a pretty solid film. It's just for Harry Potter, I was expecting a little bit more. As a diehard Harry Potter fan, I still enjoyed myself. I imagine many the Harry Potter fans would still enjoy themselves through this movie, and more importantly, it does make me want to see more of what's to come. There's some nice cliffhangers towards the end that makes me wonder, I wonder where they're gonna take this. I wonder how this is all gonna end up. I wonder where this character's arc is gonna go. I wonder how these two characters are gonna interact with one another. Again, don't want to give away spoilers, but there are some pretty interesting cliffhangers that kind of change some things for the Wizarding World that I wasn't exactly thinking would happen. So I'm interested to see where they go from here. I'd recommend you guys go check this movie out and make your own opinion, but this is my opinion. I'm sure you guys got your own. Let me know in the comment section down below. What did you guys think of Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindlewald? Did you love it? Did you hate it? As always, guys, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, guys. Please check me out on my other channel, Director's Jakes. And we got cool skits and short films for you guys, including Jedi's Blood, Star Wars short film I did not too long ago. Be sure to check that out. I run the channel with my boy Johnny Lee as his own channel on Jake's B Entertainment. Be sure to check that out. Anyway, that's it for the day, guys. I'm the Messiah. This is Messiah Entertainment. I will see you guys next time. Peace.